on that one is just that I don't know. I don't
You
know.
don't
I
know.
sometimes it's just I have so much bloody hair. You know,
Yeah.
I, even radiation therapy. The therapy that I was taking for my cancer didn't do.
Oh,
I lost
yeah.
I lost a lot of hair, but no.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, I have the I see. I want to get it like this. What do you think?
Oh, that's so cute.
You
I
like
like
it?
that. I do. I do.
That's not the one that I cut with Ghost. This was about in 2019. I got my hair cut like that.
It's really cute. I
Yeah,
think
but
it fits your face beautifully.
when I did my haircut with Ghost, it was like Ghost. It was long time ago. So, what do you
Mhm.
think? Please say yes or no. It's just that
It looks cute. I like it.
it was more manageable. That's for sure.
Mhm.
But hello, guys. You're all guys from Texas, and we have Catherine from your channel. We have Andrea from your channel. Uh, Claudia Salas is saying no. I wanted to show you something, guys, because I did a video about Harry. Because there's a
Mhm.
lot of people who are new on the channel that they only know the Harry now. And the
Mhm.
problem that I have with that is not that I want to rehash things from the past and like be mean to Harry or whatever, but it's just that it is a behavior so deeply ingrained in him
Mhm.
that that people don't change like that, you know?
Mhm. You're saying this has always been his behavior, essentially.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I
Okay.
mean, he took I could show the article, but I decided to take what you might call it a screenshot of it instead. This is when Harry did his gap year in Australia, right? And
Mhm.
he gave an interview. Let me see if I can pull the interview. Why not? Because actually, this came up um, during the trial.
Okay.
So, um, mm, well, there's two things I want to show you guys.
Okay.
Um, because this came out, Pat, during the trial that Harry has, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so I'll show you this right now so you guys can see it. I removed this from stage. Okay, this is what he revealed. Queen Elizabeth II, Queen secretly sent staffer to Australia over concerns about gap year press coverage, Prince Harry claims, right?
Mhm.
Queen Elizabeth II was so concerned about media coverage of Prince Harry's Australian gap year that she secretly sent a royal staffer to stay down the road from him, the Duke of Sussex's claim. He found that out much later.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, this is in the lawsuit that he had, and this is how worried people were about him, and then he complained about he had these issues, what you want to call it, in Australia, that he had an incident and
Mm.
he had an awful time in Australia.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you this thing. But the thing is that people don't know what that is because apparently it was another incident with another young girl. Prince Harry says he had an awful time on his Australian gap year because of a suspicious incident at an idyllic beach. As it's revealed, the Queen sent a minder. Keep in mind that he had bodyguards, okay, guys? They didn't send him on his own
Mhm.
to make sure he was okay. I don't think that the Queen sent it to make sure he was okay. Oh my God, look at that guy. My God, Pat, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be mean or anything, but you know,
Well,
I mean, I don't want to be mean or anything. I'm not going to say
to
anything.
each his own, to each
Of
his
course, of
own.
course, of course. So he was sent. The Queen did send that,
You're
and
right.
and because his behavior was so out of control. I did a video trying to do a timeline of things like the 2003 Eton scandal, how
Uh-huh.
how the teacher, because what happened, guys, and this is what you don't know. The news of the world indeed was hacking their phones. This is how they found out about a lot of stuff. So
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So when Harry graduated from from Eton College, which is like high school, a posh high school, he got a B in art. He got a D in another subject. So he needed a B in order to qualify to enter Sandhurst Military School, right?
Mhm.
So what happened is that the head of the arts department, Mr. Ian Burke, asked the teacher to write the essay for Harry's artwork, right? In
Mhm.
order for him to be able to pass, because there was no way in hell that this man was going to pass. It was
No way. Yeah.
so because their phones were being hacked, a conversation between Harry and one of his pals got caught, where they were saying, "How are you gonna how are you gonna pull it off, dude?" Basically, this is all allegedly. This is why I have that thing there, right? But it was true. This is one of the things this is how it came about, because they didn't understand how the newspapers were getting a hold of that
Ve
kind of info.
Right. Yeah.
So that he was talking to one of his buddies. Oh, Madeline, Sassy Madeline, thanks for the $50 donation to PDina's channel.
Oh,
Thank you very, very much for that.
wow. Thank you. And Lizzie B is here again with another membership gifted. Thank you. And Barbara Feister, Fister
Yeah,
is a
Barbara
new
Meister.
member.
Yes,
Welcome.
yes, yes. But thanks for
Wow.
donating
Thank
to
you.
PDina's. Thank you so very much.
Sassy
So what happened?
Madeline.
So
Okay.
what happened was that um Harry was his friends were teasing him, dude, how are you gonna do it? Because if you don't pass, you don't get into the military academy. And then that's when he said,
Right.
"Don't worry, my family have has it covered," kind of thing. They already.
So he was expecting it. He knew he was going to be
Oh
well
yeah,
taken care
but
of.
okay, but he managed to graduate in 2003 with no scandal. But the problem was that the scandal came about in, in 2005 when the news of the world, and this is when what the newspaper literally, guys, Buckingham Palace had a full-time PR machine just for Harry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just for Harry, guys, okay?
Yeah. He was getting in all kind of trouble.
Oh, I mean, he was doing drugs since the age of 12, actually. That's the one they
So
said.
when his mother died, he started
No, no,
doing
no, before that.
rip.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, with his buddies, because they had access to that. He had an older friend, and he was getting it. But Princess Diana didn't know about it.
Mm.
But then it
Shameful. Yeah.
intensified later on, and then Charles' idea of correcting the behavior was one day on rehab. So I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
So what happened is then in 2005, the headline: Harry cheated at Eton in order to to be able to join the military, because he was supposed to join the military in 2006. Oh, so
Mhm.
what does Eton do?
Okay.
Eton said, we're going to make the teacher the fall guy, not the head of the department, Mr. Ian Burke.
That
So
is
so
okay.
they fired her, saying that, she was hired for 2 years probation, right? But then they fired her, saying that, she just didn't quite get the Eton way of teaching. So that's when she said,
Uh-huh.
I'm suing you for unfair dismissal, sexism, misogyny, and all kinds of things, right?
Right.
And she won 45,000 pounds back then. And the reason why she won is because she had recorded a conversation with Prince Harry, where she had everything.
What
So
did they play the recording?
in the thing, because they did have a hearing at Eton College.
Okay, so they did play it. We can't get access to it though, can we?
No, 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 no. But it was there. It was at the Eton College. I think I have the article, and I can show the article. I
Very
wanted to.
interesting.
Yeah, I sent you that article, Pat. I send you
I
everything.
know, but I'm just asking if there's audio
Well,
recording.
the audio recording was there, but they didn't allow
Yes.
her. This is why they paid her off.
Okay, but yeah, but
Yeah,
it's not
that's why they
released
paid
out
her
there.
off. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So we're not gonna hear that. I don't think we're gonna ever hear that
Yeah. Okay.
thingy. Okay,
But good
because
for her for doing that.
oh yeah, Oh yeah, I'm glad for her. Yes, absolutely.
Mm.
Like and then what happened is that then the heads, when they heard the hearing, she was awarding that, then she quit working there. And the problem was that Mr. Ian Burke continued to work there, but not but not um but not the lady. The lady said, "Screw this. I'm getting out of here."
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
So this is what happened. And then what it was then, that it was there, and then the head of the school said, "Well, it is not our role to say whether what it was done was good or bad." That was the entire of the whole thing.
That's the whole point. Yeah. They see they I just hate when they say things that try to make you seem like you're stupid. Like we know the reason. It's clear. I mean, it came out, and I just think sometimes just accept what that truth is. Instead of trying to say it's not what we know it is. It's so ridiculous.
Let me see if I have it here. I think I do. I think I do. Yes, I found it. I found it. I have it here, guys. So this is the thing. In 2005, this is why they sent Harry to Lesotho in 2004. And this is what the palace. This is when Harry says, guys, that he knows that the palace negotiates with the press to suppress certain articles. It's because
Mhm.
they did that with him on a full time
Yep,
capacity.
because they did it with your butt, Harry. That's how
Yeah.
you know it, you know?
Yeah,
Shame on you.
Prince Harry, a weak student who was helped to cheat in exams as ex-teacher. Former teachers of Prince Harry at Eton College helped him cheat in his A-level art course because he was such a weak student, a tribunal was told yesterday. So, yeah, this was in 2005, guys. Okay,
Okay. Mhm.
but the scandal, the royal family knew that the scandal was happening because they knew because the you know how the news of the world had contacted the palace to ask him about it, if they
Okay.
had anything to say. So the palace knew that this was coming.
Okay. Alright.
And this is when her name was Miss Forsyth. I don't know if she's still alive, and then she said that she was asked by the head of art, Ian Burke, to prepare text to go with some of Harry's work for his expressive project, in which a pupil is required to explain some of his work and relate it to that of great artists.
Okay.
Miss Forsyth says she was profoundly shocked, adding, "I was concerned that this was unethical and probably constituted cheat." Of course it is. She was doing some work. Can you imagine if I had somebody else to do my essay for my master's or something,
Yeah.
And then she goes, "I assume I had been asked to do this because Prince here because he got a D in the other, which was one. He took the easiest courses and he still couldn't pass them, right?"
Just yeah.
And then she says, Miss Forsyth, 30, said Harry's failings as a student were well known at Eton, and she had been told that a teacher who marked Harry's entrance exam had been desperate to find points for which he could award marks. And then
Oh my
she
gosh.
said she was too frightened to disobey Mr. Burke and did what was asked of her. Later, she allegedly saw the prince sitting beside Mr. Burke, apparently deciding which of her lines should go where. Ms. Forsyth claims the prince thanked for her help. The former teacher claimed Mr. Burke would occasionally help boys complete work while they chatted to him about football and betting his pet subjects. And then
Mhm.
she said that she recorded a conversation.
Yep. That's
You know,
so good. Yeah.
and that's why. That's why.
Man, with
Um,
that conversation recorded, she could have got more than 45,000 pounds.
she got 45,000. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
and
she
then
could have got more. I would really say $1 million. Here's the recording of me talking to Harry.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, I think she could have got way more than that. But I think
This
at
is
the
no,
time, this
this
was
is
like
during
in
the hearing. This is during the hearing. I'm not showing you. I'm going to show you the one that's after where she got the 45,000.
okay,
Miss Forsyth also claimed she secretly taped the conversation in which the prince confirmed he had written about a sentence of the dispute text.
okay.
He only wrote one sentence.
Yeah, and Harry's in a position, I think, now from being coddled in these younger years and not having to work hard and think critically and really like massage your brain thinking. He's caught up and held up by this Satan woman, because he's never had to really think his whole life. And
But did
this is how he was able to be swept up by Megan, because of his lack of thinking and making his man really work hard to do well in school when he was younger. He clearly was not ready to be a thinker and to really process things, to be a critical thinker. I mean, one sentence, that is so pathetic and ridiculous.
yeah, I want to welcome Chrono Royals. Pidina and I are huge fans of her work, guys.
Yes.
Yes, she does. I don't know how she does it. Hello, Vespera. How are you? Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
can you hear me all right?
Yes,
Yes,
we can
yes.
hear
Hello?
you.
Yes. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Oh,
I
no,
think she's
she
in the
I
mountains. She's
can
in
hear
the
you. Yes,
yes.
definitely. How are
Oh,
you?
hi, good. How are you?
I am in the mountain, so I am good. Thank you so much. I just want to take a couple minutes to really express my deepest gratitude for you, Paula, and Pidina for inviting me to your platform. It is such an honor to meet both of you, and I've been such a great fan of both of you for such a long time. So this is kind of like a full circle moment for me, and so I just really want to take this moment in, and again to thank both of you for being such inspirational women in this chaotic world. Truly. So
Yeah,
give yourself,
yeah.
both of you, truly good round of applause because you both are truly amazing women. And
Um,
listening to both of you every day, all the time, is just one of my greatest pastimes, to be honest with you. So I enjoy your company very much, just as much as everybody else does. So again, I'm
um,
truly grateful to be a part of your platform today. Thank you.
Thank you so
So,
much. And thank you for all the beautiful work you've done with the AI. You're just
oh,
amazing.
Yes,
well,
guys.
thank you. You
It's
know,
unbelievable. I mean, Pidina and I have a hard time with WhatsApp. I don't even know how you do that. What you do,
Yeah.
guys? Please, you have to
well,
go and check
you
out
know,
her account is really pretty. Let me show
yes,
you some.
I figured that AI is among us every single day, right?
Mhm.
We live now in a world of artificial intelligence, and so I've wanted to take up this challenge of exploring AI in deeper meanings because we've all seen AI images on the internet of
Yeah.
people, of deep fakes, and this and that, and I've learned that it is a very dangerous weapon to be out
Mm.
there for the world to use because we've seen images of the Markles, we've seen images of the Wells, and we've seen how people react to these images, and so I
Mhm.
wanted to go in and explore it on both ends to see what it's like. And yes, I believe that AI is a great tool for the artist or for the people who can't physically express their artistic side, and yet they can utilize the AI to bring to life their visions. And so
Mhm.
there's a great there's a great asset to AI. So I've learned that aspect, but I've also seen how it can damage people's reputation if obviously used in the wrong way. And
Yeah.
so we've seen it, but I am a storyteller, and I love fashion, and I love all that stuff, and I love art and history. So I use it to bring to life my little fantasies of being a
Mm.
girl, and
Mhm.
dressing up you guys. I feel that you guys inspire me, so I use AI to inspire you in return in some ways.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
it's so neat.
and you guys are so inspirational. You guys are so inspirational. So it comes very easy. And sometimes, like for example, I'd imagine Paula being like a duchess in a Spanish castle or something, and
Mhm.
kind of tie it all in. It's just fun. It's fun to create things because I feel that what if
Yeah.
we were born in another life? What if
Yeah.
P. Dinah was a relative Lady Danbury, or Lady Whistledown or whatnot. Who knows?
Yeah.
You never
Oh my
know,
I love
but
goodness.
what you PDINA'S. I love what you
and
PDINA'S.
so I like and we are so drawn that we are so drawn to royalty, to the world of monarchy, and so
Mhm.
imagining ourselves in that setting, it opens our minds also when we're commentating on royal life and royal duties, because
Yeah.
we see royal life and the monarchy as it is today, but we're not looking at it as what it's always been. And so when you put yourself
Mhm.
in that setting, all of a sudden you start thinking a little bit differently. And so
Yeah.
I like to play around and have fun with it. And you
I
guys are
love
just
the
so
clothes.
beautiful.
I love the clothes. I'm gonna turn down the volume, but I love the clothes that you give me. I love
You
them.
know, I've always wanted to be a
Yeah.
fashion designer and I've never got a chance to ever do it. So I'm just now using AI as my scapegoat to reality and pretend that I'm a fashion designer or something. I'm like Meghan Markle. I like to pretend to be things, to do things.
Oh, I love these
So
pictures of the
I identify myself as a virtual fashion designer. If
Oh,
you know,
yeah. Virtual
if that makes
fashion
sense, I
designer.
can do it.
That's amazing though. That I mean,
Yeah.
the designs that you do are really beautiful. I was like, wow, where do
Oh,
you come up with those designs? I mean, this is really pretty. Like, you have such amazing work, and I mean, I
oh,
love those.
Yeah.
I wish I. Oh, look at me! I love that picture. I was not young. Look at you,
thank
Dina.
you.
You do everybody. You do everybody on YouTube as well. It's not only. Don't think I'm only
I
showing her because
do.
Dina does Royal Daily Tea.
The
She does everybody.
Yeah, they're
I
all
do.
so good.
My followers are the stars of my show. It's Facebook or social media. I believe it's not about me, but it's about the people that brings me to them, that draws me to them. And I feel that if they're
Mhm.
following me for a reason, then obviously I'm inspiring them in some weird way, shape, and form. And so they in turn also inspire me because I feel that everybody we meet, whether in person or virtually, they're meant to bring us something. And
Yeah.
so I just want to sprinkle joy. I'm like Meghan Markle. I just want to sprinkle joy and make people feel good about themselves. And I just want to love bomb everybody.
Yes.
I'm love bombing everybody, and I want to make you guys feel like beautiful, like the way Meghan Markle feels about herself. So this
Mm,
is your
yeah.
moment to feel what Meghan Markle wants to feel every day.
Yeah,
So, and
right,
I just have
yeah.
fun. I honestly have fun, and I love you guys and everybody that I use as my models. It's because they inspire me, in some ways. All of you
Mhm.
YouTubers, you guys are like the best friends I don't have because my best friends in real
Mm.
life, they don't talk about the things I want to listen to.
Ah,
But you guys are
okay.
like perfect strangers, and yet, I feel like I could talk to you guys all day long because, we talk about the same things. I listen to you all the time, so we have
Mhm.
these common things. But my friends, my neighbors, we have nothing to talk about. They don't want to talk about Meghan Markle. They don't even like Meghan
Right.
Markle. You know.
Yeah, see, that's the
So this
thing.
is
So you're American, so where in the States do you live?
I live in Oklahoma. I'm in the middle
Okay.
of no man's land, and yeah,
Okay.
but I was born and raised in France. Um, and
Oh,
also grew
okay.
up in South America for a little bit, and so I've
Oh,
traveled
really?
a lot in
Where?
my life. But yeah, so I do speak, I speak French. I speak a little bit of Spanish, enough just to get by, and so
Like Megan.
but
Like Megan.
I'm an avid lover of history, so I
Yeah.
like to immerse myself in cultures and stuff like that.
Well, it's
Yeah.
great to have you here. It's great. We're just talking right now about Harry's and how because I just want, guys, I have such huge respect for real veterans. And I do not count
Mhm.
Harry as a real veteran because the reason why he was sent into December 2007 to Afghanistan was because what happened in 2006 and 2007, because in 2006 it was racially abusing people. In 2005 the scandal of Eton broke, and then he did the same thing with the Nazi uniform. I mean,
Mhm.
this guy has been completely out of control. Then he had his gap year in Australia, and there was a serious incident with a girl. Then
Yeah.
Yes, in 2011, that other incident with that girl in Verbier with his friend, where he puts allegedly a shot glass inside of the poor woman. She had to be taken to the hospital. She was forced to sign an NDA. And then this is why he ends up going in 20. And then there happens the scandal in Vegas, and then they deploy him to, and I use the term loosely, deploy, okay, to Afghanistan again, because to curate his image when he comes back, and then he gets in trouble there with apparently hookers in Afghanistan. I mean, this guy everywhere he goes is trouble. And my point is that I wanted to show you guys this because this will sum up everything, Pat, about
Mhm.
Harry. When I show
Mhm.
you this, guys, you're gonna go, oh, okay, now it makes sense why him and Meghan Markle are compatible.
All the paparazzi hanging around.
Right.
Beneath his mischievous appearance, Harry has a temper as hot as his red hair. This trait is sometimes seen on the polo field, where frustration is soon followed by anger. Harry's occasional displays of tantrums and swearing at the Beaufort Polo Club have embarrassed his father, Prince Charles. He also has a quick temper.
Short fuse most of the time. And if he's provoked by the sight of photographers or the paparazzi hanging around, he can fly off the handle. As long as he's getting his own way, Harry's quite happy. It's when he's compromised, when he's told to do things that he doesn't particularly want to do, that's when the temper comes to the fore.
Beneath his mischievous appearance, Harry has a temper as hot as his red hair.
Yeah, so he's just a short circuit.
He's just like Meghan. That when they
Yeah.
don't get their way, they throw fits, they abuse people. He was very abusive to animals. You know that he killed that pony, that horse,
That was
a poor horse
pregnant.
that was pregnant, and he was using spurs. I don't even know, and by the way, guys, you guys know I am a farmer, so I don't even use I absolutely ban spurs at the farm. You don't need to,
Mhm.
if you grow up with a horse and the horse is around you and you train the horse. And I mean, I say train, nothing fancy. This is a backward farm somewhere, no, you don't think I have a trainer or anybody. This is, who's like walking with the horse and you get to know him. You never need spurs because spurs really hurt the animal. And he was told not to use that horse because she was pregnant. She was fragile. And polo is an incredibly stressful game for horses.
Absolutely. You can see it. You can see that.
Yeah, yeah. So
Unbelievable how Harry has been. And I think when he's out there with the people have become used to seeing him, and he became beloved by so many people when he was doing his charity and out there doing his work. But what I think we have to look at and to understand is when he is behind palace walls, there is a aura about him that's very entitled, and he's got two sides to him. Although he was beloved by so many people, at the same time he's also very entitled and somewhat rude and nasty and negative and entitled, that his ugly side comes out more often than who the nice Harry is. And that's part of his personality, clearly.
and the foal died too.
Yeah.
The horse, yeah, and the thing is that this guy has never been told no, and you just heard that he would throw a tantrum every time he heard the word no, and this is why now we're hearing he's to me, and I've said this in my video many times, he's throwing a worldwide tantrum because he was told no. Because I don't
Yeah.
know, Vespera, if you heard that in PDina, and I want you to give me your opinion about this
Mm.
because he said, do you guys remember when he came just over that the royals wanted, they were forced out? You heard that, right? That he said that the royals forced him and
Oh
Meghan out.
yeah, recently he said that, yeah, that he was forced out. He and Meghan were forced out by the royal family.
Well, now
Yeah.
he came back because they had a confidential hearing, and now he comes
Mhm.
back and says that the royals were using, removing his bodyguards because they didn't want them to leave. So, which
That's
one is
wild.
it? Did they want you out or did they want you in? I mean, I want you both your opinions.
Well, Harry is clearly confused. He's confused about what he said before. He's confused about his whole life. He don't know if he's coming or going. This man is delusional. Like I said in my other video, he's walking crooked sideways. He can't see straight. This man don't know anything about his current reality. It's very, I think it's in some ways I think it's sad, but in a lot of ways, it's like, hey, you made your bed, you got to sleep in it. You are not someone to be trusted. You are a liar. You don't even want to take accountability for what the truth is why you left the royal family. All you have to do is go back to the speech that he gave at Sintabali before he left, when he was in the UK and Meghan was in Canada already. When he talked about having to leave and why he had to leave, he already talked about this.
Yeah.
So that's what I believe.
What do you think, Vespera? What do you think? Hello, is
I
she there?
honestly think,
Mhm.
uh, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Uh, I think that Harry is completely lost. I don't think he really intended to lead the monarchy on his own. It's mainly because of what I believe Meghan would have told him, in terms of, yes, our life is going to be better over there and this and that. She sold him a dream, and so now that that dream is collapsing, I think Harry is just trying to grab onto anything that will make the domino fall in his favor. I think he's completely lost. He doesn't know what he wants. He doesn't even know where he's going anymore because of the way everything has unraveled in the past 5 years. He's exhausted all his venues, and this case, this appeal, I think, is his final card. I don't think he has an ace hiding anywhere. I don't think he has a joker card hiding anywhere to reverse the situation in terms of, you know, winning this appeal or this court case. And he's, it's funny because I am of Prince William's and Prince Harry's era. People always say that we don't even know them and we shouldn't be commenting about them. But for as long as I can remember, they've been thrown into our faces forever. At every grocery store, news station, everywhere, we've always seen Prince Harry and Prince William. And so, I give props to Buckingham Palace and their PR machine to have done such a good job at curating Prince Harry's image. But
Yeah.
now that we're truly seeing, or I'm seeing this side of him, I feel disillusioned. I feel like he's not the prince we all thought him to be, and I don't think he has any way of getting out of that image himself. So he's just grabbing onto whatever that will make him float at this point. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I
I
think that
agree.
this is what I've been talking about it on my channel all along. That what people fell in love with was the image that Buckingham Palace sold to people. You know that in 2012,
Hmm.
when he went, I don't think people, I don't know a lot. I did a video about it, guys. I that he flew to Canada with like into the United States after the scandal, of the Vegas scandal, and he what they call the Prince Harry damage control team. They sent senior royals because I mean, as like not senior royals, senior staff with him, in order for it to be a success because they were just there to manage any scandals that he would do because he
Mm.
used to do a tantrum and stuff like that. And I remember that the article that I did the videos, it was a serious article, the Telegraph, that they were talking how relieved, like they felt relieved when they were in the plane going back to the UK because
Wow.
whole time it's like when we have him out of our sight, he could do something really stupid and
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And so this is why the Queen sent somebody to Australia. So what you guys have is a manufactured image of
Yeah.
somebody that doesn't exist, and you're seeing the real Harry. And this is why people, I feel, it's like I have a very good, if you indulge me a couple of minutes, one of my best mates wrote to me that when you're in love with somebody, when you're going through that period, you're completely in love. It's like
Mhm.
when you see a person, do you know that type of glass that is thick and it's kind of tinted and blurry? And when you see on the other side,
Mhm.
kind of see the shape of the person, but you don't, you,
You
and
don't clearly see. Yeah.
he says that's how it is when you're
Right.
in love with somebody. And as time passes, then suddenly the glass starts to get clearer and clearer and
Yes,
clearer,
yes,
but by
uh-huh.
then you are still in love with what happens is your mind fills uh, whatever you want to believe what's
Yes,
on the
and
other
with the
side of
blurry
that glass.
parts.
So you are in
Yeah,
love with that. And the thing is that this is what happened with Prince Harry. I knew about him, so I never liked him. So, and
so
I kept
yeah.
seeing people, and I kept speaking about it in my channel, even when it wasn't popular, because everybody loved Harry, or everybody
Yeah,
loved.
they did, yeah. Yeah, he was very
Mhm.
popular and well liked and just such a rebel and different from all the other royals, but, he is definitely somebody that has had a life of privilege that has gone to his head. And now he is with a woman who, in her middle class privilege, is very similar to how Harry is with his high class privilege of
Yeah.
royalty. They have met, and now they both are very disliked and entitled and want to get what they want. And the world is watching them essentially be told, no, you can't have what you want, and being told that you got to check yourself. And I just don't see how they're going to ever be able to come out of all of the things we've seen already. We've seen so much. It's it's going to be hard for them to try to overcome the perceptions that we've already seen of them so thus far, for
But I
sure.
think this is why he's so angry. What do you think, Ezra? That people can see him, and because he's used to being adored. He's used to Buckingham Palace
Oh
he's
yeah,
used to getting away with everything. What do you think
definitely.
about that, Ezra?
I definitely, like I said, I grew up adoring Prince Harry just because we've always been told what a wonderful prince he is. We've never seen that side of him, that arrogant entitlement side of him until now. And so,
Hmm.
that's why I say it's now it's like I relate him to the Duke of York, Prince Andrew. Like I feel like they have the same exact entitlement, the same exact
Hmm.
arrogance, and that vibe of I'm big and you're small and I'm everything and you're nothing and you need to do everything I tell you because my dad is the king or my grandma was the queen, you know. And that's just and now I think he's just realizing that the world does not work like that out here outside the palace gates. It doesn't work like that, and he's having a real hard time understanding that, I think.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you,
Yeah.
Yorkshire Teacup. Thank you so very much. We're gonna show you this clip. It's just Meghan Markle talking about her children on Drew Barrymore and the slip up she had. Okay, guys, here we go.
And fun just showing up. I mean, even being away and out here, I always make it a point when I'm traveling if I can't do bedtime stories with my kids because Archie and Lily are just 3 and 5. So I'll always pack a really thin book and I'll videotape myself reading it. So whoever's with them or Papa can say, here's Mama reading your bedtime story. You find ways to show up for each other. And if that's the
Who's ever with them.
or through as ever as a brand, I want people to know you can
She slipped up.
Yeah. So, okay, so
That's a
Paula, let
big
me
slip
ask you,
up.
what was
Whoever's
your
with
initial
them,
thought when you heard that?
Well, first of all, this woman is flying private
whoever
planes.
Hmm.
Sorry, Ezra,
whoever's with them, that means. Oh, I'm sorry. I said whoever's with them means that she has no idea who's watching her kids. You know, whoever's with them, that means it could be a maid, it could be a nanny, it could be a neighbor, it could be
Many
anyone, it
people,
could be
many
Doria, it could be
different
anyone.
people.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and but that wasn't Prince Harry. Definitely not Prince Harry because it wasn't her first instinct because it doesn't happen that way. When you do something consistently in your routine all the time, you don't even think twice. You just say, "Oh, my husband's doing it. My husband does this," or who takes out the trash? Oh, my husband takes out the trash. You don't even think twice because
Mm-hmm.
because you're doing it. But when you're not doing it, you have to think, and that is just see. These are the moments when I think Megan is just so dumb. Like she's such a bad actress. She's an
Yeah.
actress. She should know that you can't flip up. And this is when I see why Hollywood never gave her a real shot. She can't act. She can't even
Yeah,
act
she's
for
not
PR
very
purposes.
good.
And she
You
was sent the
know.
questions in
So
advance. The
yeah,
problem is she
whoever
elaborate.
exactly whoever means anybody. It's not her. It's not Prince Harry. It's anybody for me. That's my point
Well,
of view.
the thing is though that it's that it really did bother me a couple of things. Number one, why why are you away so much that it's a regular habit that you do that? Why can't you go, hello,
Hmm.
hello? Because usually kids when they're 3 and 5, they go to bed early. We're talking 7, 8,
Yeah.
Mhm.
maybe 9 sometimes, you know. So you're
Yeah.
telling me that you couldn't FaceTime your kids and read them live a story. But why is this woman? And the thing is that she said,
True.
whoever's with him or Harry, why is she away from Harry at nighttime?
Oh, oh, you mean when someone else is watching the kids?
No, she said whoever's watching or Papa. So,
When she's traveling, she's saying when she's not with
where
him.
is she traveling? I mean, is
That's the
this woman
thing.
like
Yeah.
an international spy or something?
Where is she going? Like she's
Oh,
traveling. You act like you're doing you're a flight attendant and you're all frequently gone all the time because whenever you're traveling. But like no, you're usually supposed to be at home. Don't you live and work from home?
didn't
So
she say
yeah.
her the most important thing was mom? That's her title.
Yeah. That's her most important title is being a mom. That is the most important for her.
For me, what
Yeah.
was very
Most parents
resetting.
FaceTime their kids. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if they're working people, but this is a woman who doesn't need to be away from her
definitely.
kid. This is a
Right.
woman who did not need to be away from her kids that often, that it is a habit for her to be recording. This is a habit, guys, that she's
Yeah.
talking about.
Yes, it's a habit and it sounds very much like it's a habit. So because the way she said it made it seem like this was a frequent thing, and that just I think is one of those
Mhm.
subconscious things where she heard it come out and she wanted to correct it. But even then in correcting it, it's like, well, then why are you not with Harry? Like if he is the one watching, because you're not traveling all the time. Are the
Exactly.
kids certain times with Harry and certain times with you? And it just made a lot of things kind of we got an insight peek into this child situation that's not really what we think it is. Something is amiss about it.
What do you think it is,
Well,
though?
it's kind of like how. Well, I just want to take a little one notch back because I feel like it's just like this past week, how Prince Harry is in the UK and then he went to Ukraine, and all of a sudden she's not home either. She's in New York watching at a theater. So
Yeah.
who's reading bedtime stories?
That's exactly what
Whoever
I
is
said.
watching the kids.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
and the other thing is, it's not like she can't afford to take her kids with her. She's got the means to pay for nannies to go along on trips with her, however short or long they may be. So she can definitely afford to bring her kids along. A lot of celebrities do it, and a lot of
Mhm.
celebrities take their kids on vacation and places. But these two kids, again, this is why a lot of people even question their existence because that's no life for a kid. I don't even think they've ever seen like I picture these kids like Rapunzel in their tower. They can't come out, they can't touch the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well, yeah. Wait till they
yeah,
get
it's really
older. Wait
sad,
till they get older, because she's in for a rude
right?
awakening when these children become
Oh
older
yeah.
and want to branch out and go play at their friends, and like keeping them in this cocoon and only around like maybe a couple of her friends' kids.
That's child abuse. Children
S-
are
Yeah.
that this is
Well,
not me. This is the United Nations, and this is the thing for children, the treaty for children. They're entitled to know their extended family because it's part of their culture, and also
yeah.
for protection.
Yeah.
Because if
Mhm.
nobody's around them,
Mhm.
and I've talked about it quite a few times. You know that, Pat, because you work with with kids that are going through rough places, right? The
Mm-hmm.
first thing that the police does when they come to your home is, and they interview the neighbors, is like, "Do have you noticed any odd behavior?" And the only way you would notice that behavior is if the family is around enough to see a change in behavior. But these kids have nobody.
Yeah. They've got no extended family, only Doria. And the fact that
That's
I
it.
think Doria even has family that she's in touch with. I can't even imagine Megan going even around those family members. So it's so sad to see that they don't have an extension of family on either side of the parents to even say that this is a family member. Like, where are the cousins, the uncles, the grandparents? It really is sad to see, and it is, I think, in some ways, neglect about their culture, their history of family. None of that matters to Megan or Harry, for that matter. Um, and also the fact that Megan wants to actually monetize the kids. And Harry, did you see that as well? That Harry doesn't want her using the kids for social media, but Megan wants to use them for social media and to use the image of the kids, but he won't allow her to do it. Did you hear anything about that, Paulo?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
so
I have. She needs both. She needs both. Both parents in California have to consent. The law was passed in 2020, and then it was ratified in 2024. That both parents have to give consent for their celebrity children, to be in any television show or to show their faces. This is why she only shows their from behind, and also because there are different children every time.
Yeah.
That that they're there. And I wanted to talk a little bit about this thing in New York, guys. I'm going to show you something here. This is Tracy Robbins. Okay, this is this woman here. She is the wife of the Paramount chief, the CEO of Paramount. Okay.
Mhm.
Now the reason why Megan went is because of this, and I'm going to show you guys. Let me go to Oprah. Here's Oprah. You're Oprah. Oh no, it's Gypsy. It's the Gypsy thing I want. It's the Gypsy thing. Let's go this here. She has this lady, and there's Megan. She plants herself in the middle, and I don't even know why she's always looking down. It's the same typical Megan, right? So you can
Mhm.
see this woman was in private practice. That's how I know her.
Mhm.
It's a show that I used to watch about lawyers and stuff. So she met Megan for the first time there, right?
Mhm.
But this is Gypsy Way. This is because of that.
I had to tell you about this experience this week. I went to see Gypsy on Broadway, starring Audra McDonald, and I did something I haven't done since high school. I saved the tickets to forever remind me of the transcendent experience it was to watch someone perform at their highest vibration, a performance straight out of the soul bed. It was so stirring, her soul stirring ours, and the audience, and us all having this glorified shared frequency experience. Like, she was absolutely tapped into the God source. And 1 minute you're feeling gut punched, and the next.
Hmm. Okay. Oh, I can't hear you.
Oprah goes to see, and then Megan has to go see. So she gets Tracy Robbins to get her in there
To get her in to see the play, to get
and
backstage,
introduce
and
her to the lady. Yeah,
yeah.
introduce her to
Uh-huh.
the lady. This is the article that you sent me, Pat.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. And
And
she
then
shows up for vehicle motorcade.
yeah.
So pretentious and
And what's funny is that NT lawyer, from Blindside, has confirmed that she hired off-duty police cops. Um,
yeah.
then and she had to decoy cars. She didn't really have bodyguards. It is so embarrassing, like
And no one was there. Like, there were not people, like, out there
nobody
waiting to
cared.
see. Yeah, no one cared at all. It's like, "Okay, go on inside,
Like,
girl, just go."
who needs four motorcade like that to go to theater? I mean, seriously, this is pretentious at its highest, its best.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean,
Yeah.
oh
it's
my god.
so like that cartoon South
Oh
Park,
Lord.
where she's like wanting people to see her, but acting like she wants her privacy or her, no, I have to have my security, I'm going inside now. I'm going inside. Yeah, I need my four-car motorcade, oh, I'm gonna get, and then like people are just like walking by, not even paying any attention to her. It's so crazy how she thinks. It just makes her look bad. I think anybody that watches this, celebrities that see this and know that go in New York all the time without security, they especially are looking at this woman and thinking something is wrong with her, because I've seen celebrities in New York,
Oh, I'll show
and
you some pictures. I have some pictures that I prepare for today.
I mean, people in New York especially don't care. They really don't. And it
I
just makes
mean,
her looks like
Taylor
she is
Swift is
an
always
idiot.
out and about. Yeah,
I mean,
celebrities in New
Yeah.
York, they're always out and about and nobody's doing anything. So, you know, Megan, she's just pretentious. And
Yeah.
I
but
think
then,
she wants
in
to.
her defense though, I mean, she behaves in ways that are, questionable enough to where it could motivate people to come up to her. So, the way she behaves, of course, there'll be crazy people out there who would wanna,
Yeah, but
have
here's the
their
thing.
30 seconds of
Who
fame.
but this is the difference is that this is not a premiere. No one's going to even know that she's
Right.
going to this. I can see if this was a
That's the
worldwide
thing. Yep.
people are waiting for you to show up. They
Right.
are, like you said, maybe some psycho wants to confront her for what she did to the royal family, but this was such an
Yep.
undercover thing that no one even knows you're going to be there. You draw attention to yourself by the very fact of having a four-car caravan. You're saying, screaming,
Right.
I'm someone important. Look who this is, and you're drawing attention to yourself by even having it. So it just defeats the
Right.
purpose. I mean, it makes no sense to do it. So, oh, thank you,
Exactly. And
Yorkshire
that
Teacup,
and
for your super quick.
that's why that's why I think that again, nobody would know she's in New York unless she told us, technically. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. She
that's
now
just
I
the way
don't know
she
what Yorkshire Teacup is saying by traveling to the nearest. Oh, she's traveling to the nearest wine cellar. I guess wanting to go to the nearest wine cellar because she's a wine drinker, or
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I wanted to show you this because they shared this clip and it reminded me immediately
No,
when
oh,
she
there's
did that veteran thing. Remember that
oh,
she was with the USO and she was on stage and nobody wanted to have anything to do with her. And then it happened the same at the theater.
shit.
So the image on that you're seeing here is at the theater behind backstage where nobody's coming near her, right?
Right.
This is
Mhm.
at the veterans thing. I mean, this is painful to watch. Listen, look at this. I'm gonna turn off this one, but look, scratches the lice.
Oh
She
Lord.
scratches the lice and she's looking around. Oh, sir, okay. Then she pulls her
But there's
hair
nobody
back.
with her. There, and what's interesting is that there are no bodyguards with her. Remember we were
Right.
talking about it today, Pat?
Yeah.
You remember we talked
There's
about it today, guys, right? She
there's
scratches
nobody
the
with
lice, a
her.
nice deep weave, because she's got, we know she has that, guys. Let's get real here. But I mean,
Oh
what
my
is so
gosh, she
unique
is
that
the
Oprah went to
worst.
that place and
She's
nobody
got
knew about
scalp
it?
issues.
Yeah. She is the worst. I
No,
just
but Oprah had gone there the week before, and like, and nobody knew about it. She didn't. We found out after because Oprah posted it on her thing.
that she
But in the
went.
meantime,
Yeah.
you didn't see it anywhere, and there's a lot of famous people who want to see it, and they walk there.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can share an image of some people. Like these are proper A-lister guys, okay, who are um whatchamacallit, in the subway. They take the subway. Jessica Alba takes the subway. The woman who was married to whatchamacallit, Tom Cruise takes the subway. Rihanna takes the subway. Keanu Reeves takes the subway. Um, Yeah, and because it's easier in New York,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know, to do that than actually, because it was only a mile and a half. You can be stuck for hours in New York in a mile and a half. Sometimes it's better for you to come out and just walk because you're stuck. It's just stupid that she did that. Let me see. I think I have Rihanna here because I didn't
It's
bring my
just stupid
glasses.
that you want people to see you like that because you feel more important than you really are. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm seriously just looking at her with the
This
side
is
eye,
Jessica
seeing
Alba. This
that.
is Jessica Alba in the subway. You know,
Yeah, you don't even know who that is. Like
people in
if
New York don't care, guys. Really, New Yorkers are the coolest people. I really do think that they're unfazed by any of this. Nobody would know who Meghan Markle is, even if she ran naked through the place.
yeah, they wouldn't know and she's like, "How dare you not know who I am? I'm Meghan Markle. I'm Meghan Markle."
No, the Duchess. Now, I
Exactly.
wanted to ask you this, guys,
Mhm.
because
I
I want to show you
agree.
this. You agree? Hello?
What did you say, Vespera?
I can hear
Yes.
Oh
Vesper.
no.
Oh, I
Oh, I
didn't say
think it
anything. I was just laughing.
Okay.
Oh,
This
okay.
is this is something that I'm going to show you guys something I thought this was really funny because I mean, this is really funny, guys, because it is actually true. It is actually true. This is really funny. I just thought I'd share this because there's no way I could not share this with you guys.
Mhm. Oh my goodness. Goes to the theater. Yes, that's so true. That is such a great meme. That is such a great meme.
As
Oh my
ever. I
gosh.
didn't make it. I just somebody
Yeah.
sent it to me online, and I just thought it
That
was
is
so
so
funny,
perfect.
isn't
Yeah,
it? It's by whom?
yeah.
Who is it by? I can't see it. Megan Narcissus. I can read the glasses. I can read, but it's by. I can't see it. I really can't see it. Can you see who it is
I
by?
can't see. Let me see.
It's
It's oh
Megan.
yeah, Megan Narcissist.
Not one. So that's the one who
Narcissist.
made the meme. So it is. I mean, what do you make of all of this? What about the jam thing? Because everybody's been mocking it. Where do you think things are gonna end? I mean,
I think it's going to just simply fade out, and at some point there's going to be a defining moment when Harry has he's had enough, he's gone, he's going back to the UK. And then that's when the next phase of this disaster of a marriage will start to set in. That's what
but
I
he just
believe.
went from the UK about not being safe there, and then he goes to Ukraine. Can somebody make it make sense?
I don't think you can make sense of that nonsense. Okay? You can't make sense of it. It doesn't make any sense for you to take your butt to Ukraine unless you were getting paid, which we are talking about he did, right? Like
Yep, he
he
got
made
paid.
money. He got paid
I
like what
heard
$2
he got
million
paid
dollars.
$2 million to go there, and he's flying private, just like what's his name? Sean Penn even took his Oscar, and he got paid 5 million. It was all made public. I think that one of the singers, a rapper, got only like a million. Another one got like 500,000. But Sean Penn got 5 million because he allowed him to hold the
Yeah,
Oscar.
yeah, all the trouble he went packing his Oscar and bringing it to have it, So, yeah, he got paid to go. He needs the money. He's got to pay his bills, like I always say. And it's not really about your security because if it was, why would you even put yourself in a place where there's a war? Like there are people fighting to save their lives. And I mean, how do they even do that when you're coming in? How do they navigate that? I just I mean, I think that's why we didn't even hear about it until he had already left
Yeah,
because
because yeah.
they didn't want anyone to know. So,
And this is the woman that, according to them, was a stalker at his trial, right? And
mhm.
he had to be pushed and shoved because, oh my God, one of his Sussex squad went there. And I'm going to show you who this woman is because I think she even went with him to Nigeria and Colombia. So
Oh,
yeah, she can be sitting. She can be seen sitting. Oh, where's Vespera? She's gone. She said
Oh,
that.
she said she was in the mountains,
I'm
so
sorry
she
about
may
that.
have.
Well, hopefully she may come back. But please go subscribe to Chrono Royal, guys, because she's amazing. We just love her. I think she's. I mean,
Yeah,
I wouldn't be able to do like a third of that. Like
very
I wish I
talented.
could say a third, but it's not even a third. So that's the woman there, Pat.
Yep, that's her. Now, where this is at the Whistler.
In Vancouver.
Yep. Okay. So that was set up. That was them creating, or Harry creating some hype, wanting to show that he had support. And and I think that right there is a testament to what they do around the other things online and social media, because we know that this woman, along with other Sussex people, are out there creating havoc around social media, and they're doing it, where this woman did it in this one instance for Harry, exactly what they're doing online. So they definitely are working with these people to put out all this negativity online and to show support for Harry and Meghan by all the people on social media that are vouching for them. And so Harry just used what they're doing online. He did it in the courtroom and had her do it right there in person, because that's what they tell these people to do all the time. So it makes so much sense that that would even happen.
But that's insane, isn't it, Pat? I mean, and the fact that he's allowed to appeal in spite of the fact that there shouldn't even be an appeal. And then that he is, I mean, and Megan, this is where Megan gets it. And I mean, where do you see that marriage going?
Well, I think just by the idea that Meghan is launching her brand during the time that Harry's court proceedings were happening, I think that is an eye-opening thing to make note of, because it says that she's not consumed or too busy with trying to support him during this time. It's about her branding, her company. I just see everything starting to fall in place and happen. Harry doesn't want to be in California. He wants to go back to the United Kingdom. His children know nothing about the United Kingdom. They're not going to have any of the history. They're not going to have anything that's going to attach them to a familiar place that Harry has grown accustomed to from his childhood. And I think it's going to provoke many problems. They don't clearly see these problems as real issues right now, but every day that goes by that they suppress these children from seeing their family, they're creating a vacuum of problems that's going to explode later, because I've been there, done it, I've seen it, I've had to address it for myself. So it's not going to be good for Harry or Meghan, for that matter. The longer this happens, but it would behoove these two to put down your walls of privacy that you think you need around your family, and start to let these children experience their family members before it's too late, because what, they're 3 and 5 now. I know a lot of people say these kids don't exist. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, this from what I see, okay, I see some kids, but yeah, they're just creating problems that are going to be insurmountable to get over. And it's definitely going to happen. This marriage is not going to last. I mean, I believe they're already separated. Quite honestly, I think that we just don't know about it. But they are not together. Well, I mean, look at Megan's Instagram. There's one post of Harry on her Instagram that we don't know when that photo was taken. I could tell you it probably wasn't taken recently. So where are any new photos? We have new photos of the children, but we don't have nothing with Harry when and this is supposed to be the love of your life. This is supposed to be your husband, the man of your dreams that you love so much, but you don't put him on your Instagram. You already got an Instagram for your business. So what's going on with the personal Instagram that you don't even have your husband on your Instagram? Okay. Like, come on now. We're not stupid.
I do believe that they're separated, and I think that the kids live with Harry in New York part time, and they share the kids. This is why she records conversations, and also because she's partying, and she's doing the Soho clubs. Like she's looking for the next husband. But the thing is, I think she's gonna pull a Fergie, Pat, in the
Okay.
sense that if she, okay, did you hear the story that she's trying to push a meeting with Charles to make
Yes.
that, but she can't. Charles can't decide because you see, only the monarch, when he kicks the bucket, only William can decide what he does with the titles, right? And
Yeah.
people say, "Oh, I don't believe because she shot." Megan will harass. If there's one thing we know about this woman is that this woman is harassed, is persistent. She has no boundaries.
Yeah. She has no boundaries and she's a go-getter. She's going to do what she wants to do by any means necessary because that's just in her nature. That's the tenacity that she has. I mean, I would have been so embarrassed a long time ago with all the things and mishaps that she's had, but she's still going to keep going. She's like the Duracell battery. She just keeps going and going and going. She's not going to stop.
And she manages to find always people, right, Pat?
She
Like
does
this
what with people?
Robbins, she always manages to find people to carry her. For example, this
I
Tracy Robbins
know.
woman, it's like she's so stupid. I mean, how many more articles of bullying do they need to come out
I
in
know
order?
and I'm going to be doing the video on the first podcast that she did because so many great things I think came out that I want to highlight around the podcast that talks about Megan and how she gets bullied. So this Wendy lady that she's interviewed was talking about how what Megan has gone through and all of these things, and you just look at what Megan has done to the country's first family, the royal family. Like you look at it's like people just don't even look at what this woman has done, but they think, well, I don't understand why you get so much hate, Megan. Why do people give you such a hard time? I mean, girl, you have to be strong because the world is just beating you up. And it's almost like, do you think people are just gonna hate on her for no reason? Like just because? No, look at what people are saying. These people are such idiots that they blindly follow this woman and think people are just being mean because you know people are being mean because of what she has done to the people's family. She has disrespected the country's first family, the royal family.
Defame them, also created, increased the level of
Defame them.
the lies
Yes.
said about them.
Right. I don't understand why these people are just so stupid that become her friends. They just think people hate on her for no reason. It's
Well,
it's
they
like do
think
your
they're her
homework.
friends. They think they're her friends, but they're just stepping stones for Meghan
Yeah,
Markle.
she's looking at you as a
They don't
stepping
get it.
stone. Sorry, look at what she did to Jessica Maroney.
Yeah, that I
Jessica,
wanted to talk to you about that, Pat, because in the podcast, she goes, "Oh, this is such a you're one of my best friends, my dearest friends," and I'm like, "Girl, you even had Jessica Mulroney as a bridesmaid with her kids. She opened the doors for you in Toronto." And one thing that I did know is that this Whitney girl is not that bright of a businesswoman, because this is something that it was about business. You know that in 2020 when she started her company, it was $75 stock, right? And then now it's
Mhm.
less than $4. So if you invested at $75,000 back then in 2020, it's now only worth 4,000. So it's such a steep
Oh,
decline. It didn't go
wow.
up. So I
Okay.
would have asked her, because she talks about it for a few seconds, and this is about business, right? So I would
Right.
have asked her, so how did that happen? How,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Really
because
good
she goes and
questions
says that in
around
the
that.
podcast. She goes in the podcast and says, "Well, then what that happened, it showed me that it wasn't about, you know, the material things, because I have everything I want. I have my husband. But hey, wait a minute. I would have said, wait a minute. What do you mean your stock went from $75 to less than four? That means if you were an
Mhm.
early investor, she got a lot of money when the stock came
Mhm.
out, and she probably grabbed that money, and then but now it's less than $4." So if you're
Yeah.
an investor, I would ask, how come? Because if you're a great business person, your stock would remain the same or increase, or you would do stuff. But to me, I just think that she got lucky. She got that thing. She became a billionaire, and then she sold it, and that was it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it was a lot of really good information about her business. It was just a lot of fluff talk, but I'll talk more about it on my podcast, on my thing, when I'm
It
talking.
is incredible. It's incredible oh, I had yesterday Jennifer, because she was at the Portland hospital and she had preeclampsia.
Who was Jen?
Jennifer, I watched my video yesterday. It's really good, and she gave me the insider info and everything. I mean, and how there's no way they would have let, we showed the room where Meghan Markle would allegedly have stayed because it has a bathtub, because let's not forget that Harry said that Meghan was in a bathtub, right? So we showed
Mm-hmm.
the room, and then she gave the insight of what really happens when you are there, and there's no way that they would have allowed Meghan Markle, especially because she said she had preeclampsia. And what happens is
Mm-hmm.
preeclampsia, and the way she worded it is like, I had to go out in the public, you know, while
Mm-hmm.
suffer quietly. Because
Mm-hmm.
see, if it had been Lilibet, she didn't have
There
to do
was
anything
she didn't have
public.
to
It
go
was
out in
COVID.
public.
It was COVID.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Why would she suffer quietly? She didn't need to tell anybody, it's preeclampsia. And the thing is, though, that this is really interesting, because when you have if she had preeclampsia with Archie,
Mm-hmm.
um, then the doctors, especially because she was geriatric, doctors ask you, are you planning on having more children? Because this is why Kim Kardashian had to have a surrogate. Did you see Kim Kardashian when she was pregnant, how swollen she was?
Yeah, she was really
Yeah.
swollen.
Meghan Markle never swole up or anything like that. Her feet were skinny until,
Mm-hmm.
and then she was traveling, and then Jennifer was telling me that she was watched for months after that, because as your blood pressure goes up, and she was throwing up, she went in the 4th of April, and then she got out the 10th of April, and even then after that, she was done having baby because she had twins. So
Yeah.
she explained what preeclampsia is, and she was really upset because the way Meghan Markle said, "Oh yeah, and we both had it." This is like
Right.
winning the lottery, and this is a serious condition. She was very careless about it because she didn't say, "Oh, this is what happens with preeclampsia. You should really watch out for this or that." Nothing. I don't think she
Mm-hmm.
had
Yeah. And Harry never mentioned it in his book. I mean, I just think it was just Megan once again lying.
it.
She comes out and lies.
Yeah,
So
I know. So, what are your
Mm.
predictions before we go? What are your predictions, Bedina? Because now we know that she's in New York. Harry is on his way. Oh, did you see him? Guys, I've been in surgery rooms. I can tell you that there's no way they let you wear bracelets or anything. Like Harry was washing his hands, wearing the bracelets and stuff that he had. He's trying to pretend to be Princess Diana. I mean, this guy is just as bad as Meghan Markle. I'm sorry.
they're a hot mess. These two, a hot mess, and the whole world is watching them make fools of themselves. Megan is just going downhill. It's never going to amount to anything. She's never going to have that moment of superstardom that's going to propel her to be a billionaire. It's never going to happen. And Harry is going to continue to be miserable and want to take his butt back to the United Kingdom, which he will. And that's when it's going to be War of the Roses on a world stage for us all to watch. And then I'm going to have to be putting out a video every maybe twice a day when that happens. Okay. You just making
Oh,
my life more difficult. Okay. Because I can see it coming. It's coming.
no, it is terrible. It is terrible. And I think that he just doesn't want to get divorced because she has stuff on him. And I think that
Yeah.
Meghan, it's only two things that are going to happen, guys. Either Meghan Markle ends up in a grave, or the royal family pay her hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah.
That's the end of, because Meghan Markle is not going to divorce herself from Harry for just 10 million. It's not going to happen.
Right. And yeah, it's definitely going to be, it's going to be some high drama. Get ready, folks. Get ready for the drama. Okay. I'm getting ready now. I'm already prepping for it.
And what did you
So
make of that thing? Just quickly, Pat, about the jam and the honey and everything that they did. This Australian guys did this tasting, and people were spitting it out. They didn't know what it was. They were just spitting it out and stuff. Did you see that?
I
The
did
Daily
not
Mail that
see
posted it.
that.
The
I
Daily
did.
Mail posted it, and
Well,
they
when
were
was
like,
it today?
"Yeah, they were doing blind
Well, woman, I
reactions."
just started following stuff that happened today. Do you know that I have
I'll
been
send you the article
fooling
so you can do
around?
a video about it. It's funny.
Okay,
They
yeah, send
had
it to
this
me.
4 or 5 people, and they were blind testing, right?
Okay.
The
See,
reaction.
see, this is why she's never. That's not going. She's not going to find her success, right? Because people are doing this kind of stuff to her all the time.
P-Dina, can you answer this question? Can they make her sign an NDA?
Make who sign an NDA?
The royal family.
Oh, can they make Megan sign an NDA if she gets the money?
Mm-hmm.
They
This woman
probably
will
could.
speak. This woman will leak the information. This woman has no
Yeah, I don't think she cares
answer.
anything about an NDA.
She'll do a third party, even if they make her sign an NDA. She'll leak it to her friends, and she goes, "Oh, I don't know what my friends like. What happened with People Magazine when they went
Yep, and
and
what
leaked it
happened with that
together?"
book, with Omid? They don't care about that. They will leak it because I think they're gonna want so much money that they'll never get, that they'll do this to make the money that they wanna try to make by leaking and saying things. It's yeah. Thank you, Sassy Madeline. Thank
And I
you.
just want to leave in a positive note because we have to talk about this, Pat, just quickly,
Mhm,
because this is
mhm,
just so gorgeous. This is just so gorgeous. Prince William with George at the football game. Did you
mhm.
see that?
I
The-
saw
when the-
some pictures, yeah, yeah. It's so cute how they get into it, and that's just such a great bonding time for them. I love it.
Can you imagine Prince Harry could have been there with his kids and they're with the people. I mean, and you can see that they're mixing with everybody.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, there's no fanfare. There's like no four-car convoy. Megan,
There's no empty seats like
when they
what Megan
leave
did at
people,
Wimbledon.
yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, like she did at Wimbledon, emptying. Not even the Queen. The Queen used to sit among her people, guys, when she used to attend Wimbledon. Okay.
See, so that woman is never going to get what she's aspiring to get. So as we sit and watch it, it's going to take a drastic detour to just going downhill. Like she's still steady trying to climb, but she's not. She can't just be regular. She just can't be like chill and have a good time with your family. Look like William is doing with his son. Like, just get off your high horse of thinking you are all that. Get off that high horse, Megan. You are not that special.
But
And you know
neither
what?
is Harry. Neither is Harry,
And
Pat. And
neither
this
is
is why
Harry
they
for
both.
that matter. But you know what? You know what? We're gonna keep checking you, Meghan Markle and
Mhm,
Harry. We're gonna keep checking
mhm,
you all the time
mhm.
because
What do
you
you,
think you're all that and you're not.
yeah. What do you think of William's beard? I kind of
I
like
think
it.
it makes him look good. It
Yeah, but
makes
I
him look
love his
rough
jaw.
and rugged.
Love his jaw too, Pat. So it's kind of like I
Yeah,
like
it's
to
so
the when
manly
he,
and strong and
yeah,
just
isn't he? Isn't he?
yes,
It's like
yes.
when you look at him and
Very
it's like,
masculine. I love
yeah,
it.
you think power when you see him, and
Yes.
it's like,
You
oh
think
my,
you think alpha. You think alpha male.
exactly, exactly, exactly. And I just want to show you this if I have it here. Is this quick when he went to New York? Okay. When you watch his men walk across calmly, I love the way he walks. I really do love his walk, Pat. I
Mhm.
gotta
He
say,
has a
I
nice
love it.
walk. Very
He's got
sexy
such a
walk.
GQ walk. This is in New York, remember, Pat?
Let's
When he
see.
this is Prince William when he visited New York. And he just walked slowly across. Look, calmly.
Okay,
And
which
people are
one
like,
is he, man? I see like 5 guys walking.
wait, here, that's him here. The one there.
Oh, okay. Okay,
He's
well,
so calmly walking by there. Look, there he goes. There he goes. That's him.
oh, yep, I see it. Yep.
I mean, it's
Uh-huh.
just his
And you
GQ
know what?
walk. Ah,
Yeah, and I think what makes him seem so attractive as well is his kindness, his very mellow attitude, but yet like stern when he has to be because he's like, I'm gonna take those titles as soon as I become the king. I'm taking them. But he might just wait until they say something else about them, the royal family. But still, it's like hearing that is like empowering. It's like, yes, William, yes, take them. Because I'm like, I'm getting excited that oh, okay, William, you gonna take those titles. Like, let us know because you just look sexy saying it. I'm sorry, you do.
and I'm like,
Because I
God,
want him to do something. I want him to show his forcefulness around, like putting
oh,
some discipline behind
he
this
will.
couple.
I think he will. I really have said, I really have said, Claudia, I can go for both. Although I'm very angry with William because he chose Messi over
Well, you,
Cristiano. That was a bad move, and he said the only reason why he did that was because of the world championship. Messi did not win the world championship. It was the team. Messi sucks. That's the only thing. I almost unfollowed Kensington, guys, just when he said that he preferred messy when he was asked about that. You know, I
Okay.
was so livid. How could he say
Ooh.
that? But but Pat, the thing is that I think this is my prediction. I think that Meghan is really looking for a meeting with Charles.
Yes, I do too.
That is that she's not strong. This is a woman that is so relentless. This is how she married Harry.
And she has no shame.
Exactly. This is what people are saying. She's too embarrassed and she's
No,
too shy.
she's not.
And I'm
No,
like,
she's
did
not.
you hear that royal commentator when he said that? When Meghan is too shy. There's no way she's gonna do that.
Oh,
I'm like, have you met this
I'm
woman?
sorry. I mean, I would have had my face under a blanket by now with all the stuff that she's done that has failed. I mean, seriously, go hide somewhere. Go hibernate. Let's give it go. Why are you showing your face after that disaster of a first podcast archetypes? Like, you really seriously, you gonna come out again with another one, Megan? You gonna try it again? The first one failed. You gonna come out and fail again? Like, you're not embarrassed? Really? That's what we're looking at. The woman has no shame. I mean, come on now. You
Look at
already
this is a comment from one of your subs. Catherine is Will's wife while Harry's Meghan's husband. It really is.
someone said that to me. I saw that comment.
It's
That
right
is
there. It's on your. She's your subscriber.
Cat
I'm putting it there. It's
uh,
highlighted in our chat.
yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, yeah. Catherine is Will's wife while Harry is Meghan's husband. Yes. And there's another one someone left too that was so good. Um oh gosh, I forget what it was. I have to go back and find it. I think I took a screenshot of it. But it's so true how Catherine is Will's wife and Harry is Meghan's husband. I mean, for real. I mean, Harry is such a beta. He really is.
No,
He's
but
just such a wimp and a
you
dweeb.
just see how he struts when he's in London. He doesn't walk that way in the United States, but in London he feels like
He's like I'm the man. I'm gonna be the king. I'm gonna be the king.
Well, wait a minute. Somebody left a comment today on my ThinkPad, and they said that Nostradamus predicted that there was going to be a king of England that nobody expected.
I heard that.
Oh, that's right, Pat.
I heard that too.
You heard that too, right?
I
They
did.
said that is the person that they least expect is going to be the king. Prince William, if you're listening, please do not travel in helicopters with your entire family, please, sir.
Yes, well, we just had a bad helicopter crash here.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it was
oh
terrible.
my God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was
Harry.
you, Claudia. Yeah, that was you. That was you. Yeah. But that's terrible. But Prince William, please, please, for the sake of the country, please, sir.
I know, William, we gotta protect you. If anybody need to have a caravan and a bunch of bodyguards, it surely ain't Megan, is Prince William. He's
Absolutely.
the one that needs to have
Princess Catherine
protection.
and Princess Catherine,
Yeah,
but
Princess Catherine for
thank
sure.
you for joining us, guys. We're gonna have next Saturday again, and we're gonna be rounding things up. We're gonna thank you to Chrono Royals Vespera. Please go subscribe to her channel. I left the link, and you can go check it out. And of course, donate to PDINA'S charity because she is actually doing charity. You know what? Can you imagine getting paid $2 million to go to Ukraine on a private plane, and then you're charging the use of the private plane to Invictus? I am so glad that they took Santebale. They removed him or he self-removed
He
himself as a
self-removed himself. It's like, go ahead, just go kick rocks, Harry. We're glad you left because you don't really bring any purpose to this work. You really don't. You don't have what it takes to bring purpose to this work. And I'm sure they're better off without you. So
Yeah, well, William can travel with one of his kids as long as he leaves one alive, but
yeah.
don't travel the whole family. I don't understand why people feel that they are untouchable. You're not. They can touch you
Mm-mm.
all over. And if you're around
Yeah.
me, I'll touch you all over, sir. So
Right.
thank you so
All
very much.
righty.
You have a
Thanks
great
everybody
Saturday.
for it's a
Are
super
you dropping a
chat,
video?
super
Are you dropping a
stickers.
video? Are you dropping a video later?
I'm gonna drop a video a little later. I'm gonna try to get it as soon as possible. So be watching, everyone.
Can you give
Okay.
a hint of what's about so people can go?
Talking
Go
about the
ahead.
podcast, Megan's podcast. Just
Oh,
my
let's destroy it.
my reflections on it because I finally got to listen to the whole thing today.
I had to pause it like 6 or 7 times, guys. And I mean, literally, I just couldn't. I just How were you able to watch it all at once, or do you
No, because I
random?
was putting up wallpaper while listening to it, so I stopped and started because I'm like doing things. I just couldn't sit and listen. I mean, can you imagine sitting and just focusing just on that the whole time? Like I gotta have multitask because the energy it would take to just sit and listen just to that is too much. But I have some mental notes that I'm going to talk about from what I did here.
And
Yeah.
guys, if you really want to watch something really beautiful, go listen to Cressida. I mean, I cry every time. Every time she has a bloody guest in there, I cry. And the guests are amazing. I mean, this is Harry's former girlfriend, but this is all about motherhood. I swear I'm not getting paid. I just really love it, Pat. I just
Mhm.
listen to this. This is the latest guy here who
The
was
most
there.
valuable lesson I've learned from my mum is to treat people how you like to be treated yourself.
Mhm.
And I saw my mother on the balcony and she called me over. I came to her and she was like, you have to be very careful because when you're running for prime minister of this country, they're going to bring this up. They're going to say, on this day, you were arrested for this. And I hope you have your story straight for them as to why you went left when you should have gone right. And honestly, that stayed with me in a major way.
This guy used to
Mm.
be a former gang leader in the United
Oh,
Kingdom. So
okay.
they're interviewing A-listers clearly, but they're also interviewing, regular folk or people who have overcome major things in life, like he was one
Mhm.
of the major, major gang leaders in the United Kingdom. And this is why his mom pulled him aside and said, listen, buddy, when you run for prime minister, but can you imagine how powerful having your mom say that? This is a
Yeah.
beautiful podcast, nothing like Meghan Markle. I was dreaming about the boxes, the boxes, the
Oh,
boxes.
yeah, the boxes. Girl, go sit down
Why
listening
would
to
she
this.
have her door locked for a 3-year-old? For a 3-year-old.
It's a lie. It's
That's
all
a
a
lie, right?
lie. It's a
Why would you
lie.
why would
It's
you
a
lock
lie.
the door in your home?
Right. It's a lie.
I'm sorry.
Megan's a liar and a fraud and a fake.
That means that she wasn't looking after her daughter if she has to lock the door. Because what do you mean you lock the door? So your 3-year-old is running around like crazy on her own?
Right, right, right.
No, no, go sit down, Megan.
Go sit
So
down,
anyways,
girl. Go sit
thank you
down.
very much,
Shut your
and go
mouth.
watch PDINA'S. Thanks for the super chat. PayPal
Thank you,
donations and everything. And
everybody.
go watch PDINA'S video because you're dropping a video later on.
Yes, I am. Please watch it, everybody, and
Thank you.
like it.
And comment.
Bye.
Bye,
Yes,
guys.
bye-bye.